NFL Week 3 is here. This is our favorite time of the week right here. We're going to give you some best bets. I'm Steven with Just a Bet Outside, and this is my co-host Ryan. Ryan, how are we feeling about this weekend? We ready to roll?
We're ready to roll. This is going to be some good football coming up. The matchups are a little different, kind of crazy, but ready to go.
Good deal. Yeah, we this is our favorite. We love giving out some best bets and just going over the weekend slate. The anticipation of football. We're ready to go. Especially that Thursday night game was not that fun. I don't know, to me, those offenses and everything. So I'm ready for the real games to start. So we're
It
ready
looked
to
like
roll. We're gonna. What's
it
up?
looked
What
like
you
a
got
decent
something?
game there for a second. It was what, 15 or 14, 13, something like that. It was decent there for a little bit, and then the Steelers forgot to play football in the second half.
Yeah. It's Kenny Pickett time. You got nothing to lose at that point right now. But I
Yeah.
think the Browns are a little overrated too. But they pulled out a win. So we're gonna go over some of the biggest games, maybe touch on some of the other ones, and then give you our best bets. We're feeling good. The first few weeks are tough. We've been close to even money, which is okay. It's not great. We're here to win, but as the stats and everything keeps coming out, we'll get better. So first game, big one this weekend: Bills at Dolphins. How do we feel about this game?
That's a very exciting game. Another one of those AFC divisional games against a team that proved themselves against the Ravens and the Dolphins. They're going to look to hopefully figure out the Bills' crazy defense that's only given up 17 points this entire season. They played the Rams and they couldn't
Wow.
score. So crazy. Hope to see the Dolphins and Bills have a high scoring, fun, exciting game. Um, yeah, the Dolphins are missing some players potentially. Safeties look like they missed a couple practices, but is that just precautionary? We'll see. I think they're probably game time decisions and we'll be good to go. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We're starting to get into the where injuries kind of matter a little bit. So,
yeah.
but over under 52 and a half. So I kind of lean the over on this game. The Bills, the Bills are demolishing teams. I mean, they're crushing them right now. If you really look at who they played defensively, the only good receiver they've played so far this year is Cooper Cup.
Right.
Last week was the Titans, and I don't count Allen Robinson yet until he can show he's ready to just dominate this league again. But so this is going to be a test. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. This is going to be a little different for the Bills, and without Tre'Davious White still, it'll be a good challenge. I do think there'll be a lot of points scored. Again, I'm still not 100% sold on the Dolphins, but I am impressed with what I'm seeing. I'm not someone who just goes off one good quarter and says you must be a really good team. They didn't show much the first three, so
No.
against the Bills, you can't do that. I mean, you got
Yeah.
to be ready to roll from the get go.
You got to play 4 quarters of football, not just 1 quarter, because you're not going to be able to score 21, I don't think, in a quarter against the
No,
Bills.
no, I would doubt that. And if you do, it's because the Bills are playing for rent because they're up 40 already. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so
Another
that's an
thing I'm
interesting game. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Another thing I was curious to see is Josh Allen going to keep his MVP type of season going against the Dolphins. I would suspect he would, but that's just an
he will.
exciting thing to keep going there.
Agree, and especially these big games. I think they really help your MVP status. When you're playing the more elite teams as opposed to teams like the Titans or something. But
Yeah.
I bet him. I bet him is to win the MVP. So he is going to continue. We have a conversation every week, me and Josh, and
Yeah.
I want to make sure he's focused and not just kind of like going through the motions, just waiting for the playoffs. So he's ready to roll. He knows exactly how the Dolphins are going to defend him, and he'll put up good numbers. Don't worry. Yeah, if you want Josh Allen news, I always have it for you. So, yeah, game number 2, I wanna say this is a good game, but the
Yep.
injuries are just killing this game right now. I mean, we got Packers at Bucs. The Bucs are -1, so it's practically a pick'em game, over under 42. The injuries are just like I mentioned, like, it's a lot of receivers. Randall Cobb, Sammy Watkins, those for the Packers. You got Chris Godwin is always questionable. Julio Jones, Leonard Fournette is now questionable, running back. I don't know. What do you think about this game? This one's tough on for me.
I want it to be an exciting game just because of the quarterback matchup, and this could be one of the last times we see these two quarterbacks go at it. And it just feels like it's just not going to be uh, decided by these great quarterbacks, and we're going to kind of miss out on one of the great classic games because of all these injuries. Exactly. And both defenses are playing great defense. So that's going to be tough to
Yeah,
not
no,
have an
I
exciting
I
game.
agree. No, you're right though. It could be Aaron Rodgers, Brady laugh for the last time. So,
Yeah.
I see a low scoring game. Obviously, over under 42 with Aaron Rodgers versus Brady is kind of weird.
Yep. Exactly.
That's low. So, I mean, this game, me and Ryan were talking earlier this week, and there's a game that just kind of popped out, and it's a team total. The Packers team total under 20.5 is kind of my lean for this game. It's not any official bet or anything, but I just see this being low scoring. They're just going to try to take care of the ball because neither team will score a lot. The Buccaneers will get after Aaron Rodgers. Their tackles are still hurt. And I just think this Buccaneers defense is legit and they're going to come out to play. So I'd be surprised if the Packers could get over 20. You never know, it's Aaron Rodgers, but I just don't see their passing game doing much.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it can be just a ground and pound type of football game, and kind of last guy to score wins in like a 17-14 type of game
Yeah,
for sure. I didn't know this until earlier tonight. The Packers haven't blitzed all season at all.
not once.
Not one time have they blitzed, and I doubt they do it
Wow.
against Brady. Yeah, I was shocked when I read it.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. I think if they can get Godwin, like even just Godwin or Julio back and Fournette's okay to play, I mean, I definitely lean Bucks. The Packer Aaron Rodgers has always struggled with good defenses and good defensive lines, kind of like against 49ers when they got boat raced one year by quite a bit when they had a dominant defensive line. And so I lean Bucks in the under this game, but it's tough. This is tough. This is a tough one. So I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too, for sure.
And unfortunately, that's kind of the only two big games this week. There's some this week sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It's rough. We trying to find some good bets was a little tougher on us because we're not here to just give you anything. We want to give you some quality bets. I think we did find some, but there's just not a lot of great games. I mean, if we just kind of want to run down some of the other ones, we got
Yeah,
Lions at Vikings. By the way, for this week, there's 6 divisional games. So divisional games are tough to bet in general. They know each other well. You can't just go off who's a better roster. There's a lot more that goes into that, and then you have 9 home underdogs this week. That's a lot. So betting purposes, home underdogs is like that's like the money spot. You getting points and you're at home. So something to keep an eye on. You'll see later. I got a nice juicy home underdog, and it's a good one. So, anyways, back to it. Lions at Vikings. This is the first road game for the Lions. So it's hard to say how they're gonna play, but they've looked good so far offensively.
yep.
The Vikings are coming off an absolutely just Kirk Cousins primetime performance, and it was ugly from the get go. So yeah, what do you think
Yeah.
about this game?
It's a very important game because of the division, that's for sure. I think this is a good test for the Lions, but the Vikings definitely need to have a bounce back, because if the Vikings don't bounce back, I mean, this can go south quick. And we kind of
Agree.
predicted them to be up there and going for the NFC Championship game. Um, but if they lose two in a row, yeah, that's scary. So
Yeah,
it's an important game, but it's not
very
like
important. I had
I don't
I
know.
had I had the Vikings like winning the division. I never thought they could really go to the Super Bowl because that would require Kirk Cousins winning big games on
Right.
national television. So, but this is a big game. I think if the Vikings, like you said, fall to 1-2, and you know the doubters are coming in again, like, oh, here the Vikings are a 500 team when everyone thinks we're going
Yep.
to be good. So they play well at home. I say this home field has gone away a little bit in the NFL. Like it's not like what it used to be, but Minnesota is a team, and you saw it at Philly. They were terrible at home against the Packers. They were great. So I'm staying away from this game. I think it's Vikings -6, I believe. But yeah, I'm staying away. Second game though, Raiders at Titans. So this is a definite stay away, by the way. This is a coin flip for me. I don't know how these two teams are going to come out because you're talking about two desperate teams. I think it's about a pick 'em game. Raiders might be -1 right now, but these are two 0-2 teams, and we talked about it in our
Hmm.
recap video. I think it was. And if you go 0-3, you have a very small percentage chance of making the playoffs. So,
Yep.
so this is it.
Oh yeah, it is definitely. It doesn't seem like an exciting game to watch on TV, but it is a very important game for each of those teams and those fans. Like, yeah, you're right. Going down 0-3, as a fan, you're just like, "Ugh, already my season's over. You don't want that when the football season just starts. Not at all. That's like the worst feeling in the world. So, yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think we talked about it that this is bigger for the Titans because the Titans are in a crappy division,
yeah,
that's kind of an understatement. But the Raiders, I mean, they're going to struggle in the AFC in that division if they start at 0-3. It's going to be rough. So,
yeah.
big game for them. Next game, Bengals at Jets. Man,
Another boring game. Feels like just a
what?
boring game to watch. Like it doesn't sound super exciting, but it is very important to the Bengals and Joe Burrow. Like it really is. It's just the way it is. But as a fan, I'm not like, yeah, this is an exciting game, a lot of storyline behind it. Cause like, I don't know, just
Hey,
doesn't feel like it.
don't throw the Jets under the bus. They're playing better. They put up 31 at Cleveland. They won. They're 1-1. They are
Yeah,
respectable. I'm telling you, man, I wanted to pull the trigger on the Bengals. I know that there has to be a week where they just take off. There just has to be. It hasn't happened yet. But the Jets defense, they lack a pass rush. I think they're bottom of the league in rushing the passer. And that could help the Bengals because they faced two teams so far. It was the Steelers in week one with TJ Watt and that defense. And and they just struggled. And they played the Cowboys with Micah Parsons in the second game. The Jets don't have any elite pass rushers, and I think that's going to help the Bengals a little bit
yeah,
because their offensive line is still trying to mesh together and not playing well. And so if they can give Joe Burrow time, I think you're going to see this offense start to finally click a little bit, and Jamar Chase and T Higgins and all those boys. So I think this is the game the Bengals take off, and I can see them winning by double digits, covering the spread, but it's just hard.
yeah. Because you don't know. They haven't shown it to you, so it's like, yeah, this is gonna be the one. Gonna go with my gut, and this is gonna be the one. But then they can do what they've been doing and look like the team like they have been, and that's tough
Yeah.
to bet with.
And I'm a Burrow believer. I mean, I think he's a stud. He's got ice in his veins. I just think, and he was kind of mentioning it. They've had some penalties where they're in first and long, and then that's tough when you're starting first and 15 a lot. I think he said in an interview, and then you end up
Yeah,
third and 7 or 8 as opposed to third and 1 or 2. I mean, those kind of things. They need to clean up the penalties, and they just need to start blocking. They don't even need to be elite. They just need to give him a little bit of time because they got a weapons. So I like the Bengals in that. I think the Jets are gonna have a little letdown after that crazy win last week. But yeah. So last game I just want to touch on Rams at Cardinals. I don't have a lot to touch on this. People are all over the Cardinals and just so happy that Kyler Murray and his crazy hair, had this wild comeback in the fourth quarter. But I'm here to tell you, the Cardinals aren't good. The Cardinals are not a good football team, and I'm going to keep saying it all year. And maybe they'll prove me wrong a couple times. I don't think they're going to go 1-16. That's not going to
yeah.
happen. They're going to win some games. The Rams kind of own the Cardinals, at least since McVay's been there. And I don't even think the Rams look that good yet.
They haven't.
But
Nope.
I just think this is the Rams. Rams are nothing in this kind of bet. It didn't make my best bet because divisional game on the road. I just didn't feel this one. But I would lean Rams.
Once again, kind of like a weird, boring game. Like, what type of game are you going to get? Are you going to get the game where the Cardinals don't do anything for 3.5 quarters? Or are you going to get a close, fun, exciting game? So, and trying to bet something like that is just, it's risky in my eyes. And I just, yeah, had to stay away from it because of those factors. Like, nope, the Cardinals suck. They were getting smoked by the Raiders and then they ended up winning. So it's like, okay, what team are we getting? Do they suck or do they not suck? So,
Yeah. No, no, I agree. And I can see the Rams being maybe up 10, 13 points, and then all of a sudden the Cardinals get some sort of backdoor cover at the end or something, or
yep.
some crazy fourth quarter at home. And so this is stay away, kind of like what the Falcons just did to the Rams. Falcons almost came back and won in LA last week. So the Rams got some work to do still. I mean, they're not back to their championship ways, but
Don't think the pass rush is quite there like it used to be with Von Miller. I think they've lost a step, and I don't know if Aaron Donald is quite as hungry. He's a beast still, just amazing. But
he's not dominating like he did last year. I know that. He almost retired in the offseason, won
hmm
his ring. In this league, if you just take the foot off the pedal, even just a little, it can make a big difference. He's still a stud. He's not like massively declining or anything, but they need him and that defensive line to really step up.
Yeah.
By the way, Cooper Cup in this game against that Cardinals secondary and defense, I think he could get 28 catches for about 312. That's my
Yeah.
guess. Over under 300 receiving yards. Yeah, he could just tear these guys apart. I mean, it could get ugly. Yeah, that's just
That's
what I think.
awesome.
But yeah, so that's kind of the games this week. It's not a lot of great ones. There's some other ones, but I mean, do we really want to sit here and talk about Falcons Seahawks or Texans Bears? Well, maybe we will talk about that soon. I'm not
Maybe. Who
sure.
knows?
Yeah, but they're just ugly. But you know what? A win is a win on a bet. It doesn't really matter if you're betting the biggest games or the worst games. So I got 4 bets today for you. 4. It wasn't easy to have 4, but I did it. I do it for the people. You know what I mean? I do it for the people. And you have 3, I believe, correct?
That is correct. I have 3.
Yeah. So we're gonna give out some best time of the week right here, baby. Best bets time on just a bet outside. So here we go. I'm gonna start out with a player prop. Miles Sanders. He's gonna go over 62.5 rushing yards against the Commanders. I gotta give you some stats about the Commanders. They are horrendous against the run. I mean, they're really bad. So Miles Sanders himself has 96 yards and 80 yards rushing in the first 2 games. So he's easily climbed over the 62.5 total in the first 2 games. He's playing even easier defense. I can see the Eagles running away with this and then getting more of a game script where he runs the ball too. But the Commanders are allowing. Are we ready for this? Is everyone sitting down? Are we good?
We're good.
The
Let's do
Commanders
this.
are allowing 7.4 yards per carry.
Wow.
So
That's
let me
not
get this
good.
straight. When you hand the ball off, you're going to average 7 yards. And I think if I remember right, you need 10 for a first down. Am I right?
You're right.
So
You're not wrong.
they have, yeah, it's been ugly. They've given up 191 rushing yards to the Lions and 123 to the Jags. I need Sanders to get 63. 63 is all I'm asking for.
Should be an easy one.
You would think, but you know what? It's the NFL, and these bets have been crazy these first 3 weeks, so you never know. But
I
also,
mean,
last stat on the Commanders, we've only played 2 games. Remember, they've given up 4 rushes already of 20 plus yards.
those are
They've already given up.
gashes.
That is just.
Whew.
I mean, Miles Sanders, stay healthy, get the ball. He's getting a good amount of carries. He's quietly having a good season. Everyone's talking about Jalen Hurts right now, and for good reason. But Miles Sanders is having a good year. So my first bet, Miles Sanders over 62.5 rushing yards. That is at minus 115. Let's go to you, Ryan. Give us one.
All right. Yep. I'm going to stick with that game and go Eagles and Commanders. They're going to score over 47 points that game. Both teams are good at scoring the football. And you just pointed out the Commanders cannot stop them or can't stop really anybody, sounds like on the ground. And the Eagles keep putting up points. So over 47 for the both team totals. And that's going to be minus 115. I just feel really good about that bet. I know you're not getting a bunch of money, but it's a win, and I like it. Going with it.
No, I like that bet because I can see the Eagles coming out and scoring a lot, and the Commanders having to throw a lot. And last time the Eagles were on the road, they gave up 35 to the Lions. So I mean, the Commanders can definitely put up some points on them. So
Yeah,
I
and
like that bet.
I think Carson Wentz wants to prove his old team that he's still a good quarterback in the NFL, and will have a decent game, and that can score a few extra points for sure.
Minor detail, a big revenge game for Mr. Carson Wentz.
Yes,
So
it is.
that's part of the reason why I stayed away from the Eagles on this spread. So I'm gonna go Miles Sanders, lock that in, and he's got the over in that game. So that's enough about that game. Bet number 2 for me. 49ers money line on Sunday Night Football. They are in Denver. Okay, we've talked about the problems with Denver at nauseum on this show. It's all the coaching. This isn't even close. Like Kyle Shanahan's one of the best coaches in the NFL, and Nathaniel Hackett's probably 32nd right now as coaching. The coaching advantage is huge. Okay, but let's just get over the fact that they can't manage clock or do anything right in Denver. The Broncos have been in the red zone 6 times in 2 games. Okay, how many touchdowns do you think they've scored, Ryan?
I think it's 0. Isn't it 0?
Zero.
That's
Zero.
terrible. That's bad.
They are one of 2 teams to not have a touchdown in the red zone. We don't wanna mention the other team, um, but they're from
Just,
here.
yeah, just stay clear of them. We don't need to talk about it.
May or may not be, yeah, the Seahawks. So, anyways, that to me is one of their biggest issues. I mean, they can't figure out the red zone. I've seen them where they go shotgun from like the 1 yard line a couple different times, and they just had. I think they even threw it 3 times in a row from the one. I could be wrong on that, but their play calling and just decision making and everything right now, it just is it's not there. You have a new quarterback with a new coach, and it's going to take time, like we mentioned in our preview video before the season. And you're seeing that. And you know what the other problem is for Denver? Javonte Williams has 22 carries this year. Have you seen him run? He's a stud.
He
He's
is a
averaging
stud.
somewhere around 5.5 yards a carry. He's just not getting the ball. You can
They're
let
not.
Russ cook all you want,
That's my
but
thing. Yep, that's why I wasn't a huge fan of the Denver. They want to show that Russ is the man because I think Melvin Gordon isn't running the ball too bad either. Like I feel
no,
like
he's
they're
not.
both running great.
They are. They're just not giving it to him. They're letting Russ
Mhm.
throw the ball way too much, except on 4th down. They'd rather kick 60-yard field goals. But they really are, and Russ is just isn't the same player. And by the way, Jerry Judy went out with an injury, and I don't there's a good chance he doesn't play this game, which is huge. So I think 49ers money line to get it at close to even money, it's at -115. That's huge for me. I know it's on the road, it's Sunday night football, but this is a better coaching staff, better team all around. Oh, by the way, Mr. Kittle could be back for the Niners this weekend.
Oh, that could be a huge one for the
Mr.
Niners.
Kittle. Yeah, that's huge for Jimmy G. That's his boy. And also, by the way, speaking of Jimmy G, he's the better quarterback on that team. We talked about that. From the Seahawks to the 49er fans, you are welcome. You now have a better quarterback.
You might,
Unfortunately, it happened with trade going down like that. That sucks, but yeah,
yeah, you might upset a few Niner fans with that comment, but I feel you.
that's fine. Yeah, if you are a Niner fan, please comment on who you think's better because Jimmy G is better. So, anyways, that's my second bet. 49ers money line. They're going to go into Denver. The Boo Birds are going to be out in Denver, and Russ is just not going to like his life very much there in the old Denver, Colorado, starting out 1-2. So, your turn. Go for it.
Yeah, I got the Lions +6. I just don't think they're going to lose to the Vikings by more than 6 points. They're a good team playing hard. I really wanted to go the money line there, but I think the Vikings really, really needed a win. So I do think that they're gonna the Vikings will get the win, but the Lions will be fine and cover the 6. So that's a -115, and I'll take that one.
I like it. That would have been gutsy to go Lions money line on that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to. I just couldn't. No,
Yeah, we
the
need some
Vikings
wins
need
to
it too
start the
much.
year. I agree. No, I like it. Lions +6. That's a lot of points in a divisional game. The way both teams are playing, they seem pretty even right now. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yep, I like it. All right, my third bet. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Here's another one. Ravens -2.5 against the New England Patsies. The Patriots, sorry. They are not good. Let me tell you. The Patriots are not a good football team. Don't get confused by their win over the terrible Pittsburgh Steelers also. Um, here's the Ravens' problem right now is injuries in the secondary, and they have a hard time defending the pass. If you couldn't tell by the fourth quarter against Tua, that was a struggle. Guess what the Patriots can't do? They can't
Hmm.
pass the ball or move the ball in general. So I just don't think the Patriots can take advantage of the Ravens' weakness. Ravens are going to be hungry. They are pissed off right now after that Dolphins game. And I think Lamar comes out has another MVP type for performance, and they get this easy win. I see them winning by 7 to 10 at least. All they got to do is win by a field goal and a cover. So Ravens -2.5 at -115 is my third best bet.
I
What's
think
your
that's a
final
good one.
best bet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my final best bet is going to be a money line for the Houston Texans. They're playing the Chicago Bears, and it's a little bit of plus money there. I think they got a chance to win as the underdog. Davis Mills is playing some decent football. They've played both games very close, very tough. I just feel like they kind of deserve a win type of thing. And the Chicago Bears, they're not playing good football. Like bad offense, defense isn't doing anything great. So at +130, I definitely took that one as the underdog bet for me.
That's a good bet. I think the Bears are favored by 3 in that game. I know you're taking the money line, but dude, Justin Fields and that team, they're just bad. I
Yeah,
mean, they're really bad. I think Justin Fields. had like under 100 passing yards or something last game. Something it was just something was ugly. So I like that. Texans are competing and playing a little better than the Bears, and so to get plus money on just to beat the Bears, it's pretty good.
Yep.
So here's my fourth and final bet. Are we ready? This is the underdog pick of the year so far. It is nasty. You are not gonna like it. I guarantee it. You're just not gonna like it. I don't feel good about it, but it's the dog. I mean, start barking. This is the dog of the week right here. The Indianapolis Colts money line plus 215. They're playing the Chiefs. I know. I know. The Chiefs are legit right now. And the Colts maybe look like the worst team in the league, but this is a trap. The line is a trap. Minus 5.5. Why wouldn't the Chiefs be favored by 8 or 9 or 10? Let me tell you why. This is the Colts' first home game. Okay, so they haven't been home yet. That's going to help. Michael Pittman should be back for this game. That was a struggle for them in week 2 without him. Darius Leonard hasn't been here all year. He should be back for the Indianapolis Colts. He is their best defensive player. And this is do or die for the Colts. We've mentioned this before. If you go 0-3, I mean, you have a hard time making the playoffs. This
Yep.
is do or die. This is their Super Bowl. They are putting everything into this. This crowd is going to get into it. And I can't tell you exactly how they're going to stop Mahomes and them, but they're just going to slow him down enough to get this win. I could have gone Colts plus 5.5 or 6 right now, but go big or go home. We need a big one here, and plus 215. Colts barking dog of the week. Let's get a winner. What do you
I
think?
like it.
You think we got
That's
a shot
exciting.
there?
No, that's
Yeah,
an exciting bet. That makes the game a little bit more fun to watch. That's for sure. When you gotta root for the Colts and the underdog, that's exciting.
I don't know if I should watch it. I think I'm gonna go crazy trying to see them try to stop Mahomes and them, but we'll see. I think we're gonna know a lot by halftime. If they can keep this game competitive, then you just know like that they came out ready to play. Matt Ryan's got to play better. That offensive line has got to play better. But I think they do it again. First game at home, getting their studs back, do or die. Oh, by the way, this is also a sandwich game for the Chiefs. What is a sandwich game, you ask? I know. It's a good question. The Chiefs just played a divisional game last week against the Chargers. It was on primetime football. They got up for it. It's huge. And next week, they play Sunday Night Football at Tampa Bay and Grandpa Goat. So, do you think they care that much between a divisional game and a primetime game against one of the best NFC teams when they got to play the 0-2 Colts in between? They got to travel to Indy and get up for this game, and I just think they have just enough slight letdown for the Colts to come out with that do or die mentality and pull out this win. So that's our bets for the week.
Good
Um,
stuff.
I'm gonna keep saying I feel confident. Listen, cappers all over the place are going crazy over these first 2 weeks because it's been rough on a lot of people. So as long as we're steadying the ship like we have been a little bit, right around even money, we're gonna start taking off as we learn more. So this is good. This is fun stuff. You got anything else to add or anything?
Really excited for your underdog pick. That's going to be fun, exciting. I definitely think there's a good chance. I mean, the Chiefs haven't played football in a while because they had the Thursday night game, so it's a mini bye and the sandwich
That's
that you were
true.
talking about. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
I like it. Yep, I agree. We're gonna hit that one, and we're gonna be good. So that's our show for this weekend. Again, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I'm gonna give out. I might have more picks on both or one of them this weekend. If something else comes to mind, we might do a little short video also on the Monday night game to give you some tips on that game and kind of that matchup with the barn burner between Cooper Rush and Daniel Jones, Cowboys and Giants. And
Man,
yeah, I'm trying to talk my wife into coming onto the video and giving a best bet or two every week and see how she does because betting is hard. She might come on and just embarrass us without knowing a lot and just give some best bets and start going undefeated.
wait, maybe then we don't want her to come on.
Yeah, I know, but we got to show the people how hard betting is, and
Yep.
sometimes you can just get lucky for a while. So long term, you hope that the people that know football can do better, but
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm still trying to talk her into it. If you want to leave a comment about if she should come or not, please, that'd be great. I need some motivation to get her on here. So, anyways, yeah, that's it. Week 3 is here. We're moving quick. Football is back in full force right now. So, you got any parting words?
Seahawks get a victory. Come on, let's go Hawks. That
Yeah,
is,
okay. Yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty good. Beat those Falcons. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
By the way, in that game, we didn't mention real quick, I do like Mariota's passing yards. I think it's over 208, if I remember right.
yeah, somewhere around there.
Um, we're pretty easy to pass on. Mariota went over that, or got close to that, I mean, against the Rams, and we're the Seahawks right now, and it's not pretty. So, but yeah, anyways, that's all we got. We should be fine filming 2 videos. There might be one with me on the phone because I'm going to a little Viva Las Vegas next weekend.
Ooh,
That should be fun.
lucky you.
Put some real bets on, with some actual tickets in my hand, that kind of thing. So it's gonna be fun. But yeah, we'll get another video out. We might put another one over the weekend and then one for the Monday night. So leave a comment, follow us Instagram, Twitter, all that. So thanks for listening. Appreciate all you guys that have subscribed and are following us. It's awesome. This is a lot of fun. So all right, have a good weekend. Talk to you later.